I'm recording the session. Reason for it is so that we can get the information out to our volunteers who weren't able to join this meeting today. And of course, I just want to start off by saying thank you so very much for volunteering for All College Day. Most of you I know have volunteered in the past and have actually come back to do it again. So many, many thanks for that. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts because All College Day could not be successful without you. So thank you, thank you. And then I'm going to turn it over to Dean, who's right here in the same room with me. He's going to go over some of the volunteer duties for the day.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for volunteering.
And you know what, Dean? I'm so sorry. Dean asked me to share my desktop because it has a map for the event. So I'm going to go ahead and present that right now. And I apologize for not doing that sooner. Okay, hopefully most of you by now should be able to see the map.
That means they can see you too.
Is that in view for everyone?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to thank you for volunteering once again. We really appreciate your help. I'm just going to let you know before we start the meeting, this is for the morning setup and the afternoon cleanup crews. I'm going to be sending out a copy of this map after we finish the meeting. I'll be sending them out next week. Your different times you volunteered so everybody knows where they're assigned to in case it's been a while, because I know our surveys were completed a couple weeks ago, and I know that things are busy and you can kind of forget to where you were assigned to. I'm also going to give you a copy of the directions that we're reading off today so everybody knows their assignments so you can go back and look at it. And we're also going to be emailing you a copy of this recorded meeting so you can go back and reference it throughout the week just to make sure there isn't any other questions you may have. Okay, so we're going to start off with the morning setup crew. First, we would like you to meet an NM 101 at 6:15. I have NM labeled at 101. There's a star on the map. Henry's pointing it to it. NM 101, you're going to walk into the NM building, and it's the first classroom on the right-hand side. We're going to have volunteer vests for you in there. We're going to have a sign-in sheet, so if you can just sign in the sheet, just checking in that you have the vest. Then we're going to hand you some laptops with barcode scanners, and we're going to give you an assignment of which rooms we'd like you to drop these laptops off at, and with the scanners. Along with the laptops, we're going to give you room full signs to distribute. We're also going to give you some water, and obviously it may take a few trips because we only have a couple hands. But each room's going to get the laptop with a scanner, a room full sign, and the room full sign is going to be for these people that are doing the attendance tracking. So if the room is full at capacity, we will have the sign posted on the door so that individuals, if they can go check out a different session. That way we don't exceed any room limits for fire marshal reasons and just general safety purposes. We're also going to have you distribute the presenters water. We're also going to have backup sign-in sheets to distribute just in case we don't have a volunteer at each session at each room. We're going to have the presenters have a backup sign-up sheet that they can have the employees that are attending that session sign so they can still get credit in Skillport for attending. We're also going to have you distribute presenter computer instructions so that the presenters have a clear set of instructions on how to log in the computer and set up the projectors and have their quick access so that we can cut down as many hiccups as we can. And we're going to have you put those on the bunkers with the sign-up sheet and the room full signs. That way that they're able to, the scanning individuals are able to set them up if they need them. We're also going to have you we're going to have some signage placed around the campus. I think security is going to help us with a lot of the registration signage, but if there's any additional items, just help us with those. We're also going to be moving materials. We're going to have our All College Day giveaways and tote bags. They're going to be set up on a table near registration. We'll have those items in NM 101. So as we're done setting up the classrooms with the laptops, we'll go and take all those and place them on tables, and that way everybody can get their. We're going to have lanyards, tote bags. We're going to have koozies. We're going to have pens and window stickers. And then another table we'll have a setup for, we're going to have ribbons. So on everybody's lanyard, they're going to have a ribbon. Some of them are going to say, I volunteered. They're going to have SPC alumni. They're going to have how many years of service. They go by every 5 years. And a couple other items that individuals can pick up throughout the day. I think we're going to have some of those at the college fair and the wellness fair. Those ones, they'll have those ahead of time, but these ones we're going to place on a table near the ACD promotional items. And then finally, once the laptops are out and the promotional items are placed out, if you could just come back to NM 101 and check back in your volunteer vests so we can distribute them throughout the day to other volunteers. Or I'm sorry, no, you can bring those to the volunteer table. I'm sorry. It'll be across from the registration table and the promotional table. So you'll be able to see me clearly there. You can bring them back there and I'll check you out and make sure you dropped all the volunteer vests off. And that is the basic, the setup duties for the morning volunteers. Is there any questions as to any of the duties that we're describing right now?
I put them up on the screen so that everyone who's volunteer for the morning can kind of see the breakdown of the different areas where we need the assistance. So what's really different from last year, I don't know if you all remember, but we had some barcode scanning going on in the registration area and not in the rooms, and we flipped it this year. We're shooting to have everyone barcode scanned in their session within their classroom. So that's a whole other group of volunteers who are going to be manning the laptops and barcode scanners. But the morning setup crew is going to be the one responsible for making sure that every room has the laptop and the barcode scanner. And as you're picking those up, Dean will be there, Larry Burton, who's the lead TSS at the Clearwater campus, and other members of our team are going to be there just to make sure that everyone understands clearly what to do with them. So I don't want anyone panicking that this is like too much right now. It is a little too much information right now, but we assure you that everything's going to be laid out very clearly. So it's a new process, and we're excited about doing the barcode scanning in the rooms. So our morning setup crew is going to be critical to that mission. So thank you, thank you.
Were there any questions or concerns at this time about the morning setup duties?
I do have a question. With the laptops and scanners being put in all the rooms, are all the doors going to be unlocked and remain unlocked, or will we have to?
No, they will be. They will be unlocked and remained unlocked. So you'll have full access. You won't have to worry about getting someone to open the door for you or anything like that.
Okay, thank you.
Again, if there is a concern and or if a room has not been unlocked, if you can just come find me, I'll be in NM 101, or just call and I'll give out my cell phone number and we'll get security over there to unlock the door for us if there is an issue. Were there any other questions?
We'll be giving you tape too, because you're going to be needing to tape the room events outside of the room, and you'll be placing that to the right of every door, not on the door. Okay, because a lot of times the doors will be open, so nobody will be able to see what's in that room. So for every single room, there'll be a sign that says what's in that room for the day. You'll be taping that, and then you'll also be taping the instructions for the presenter right by the bunker wherever the presenter will be, so that they will know what to do to log on and all that kind of stuff. So you'll be doing that too.
Okay, if there's no more questions, we're going to move on to the afternoon cleanup crew. Afternoon cleanup crew, if we could just have you meet the volunteer table. Again, it'll be on the map. It's out by the wellness fair. It's located with the star there. We'll be on the corner of the ES building, right?
Mm-hmm.
ES building.
Mm-hmm.
And for the afternoon cleanup crew, we're just going to help if we can collect our all college day giveaways and get those put back in AD 145. Again, it's on the map and we'll show you where it's at too. It'll be labeled. And also, if you could help us collect tablecloths, we're going to have little plastic signs in the middle of the tables. We could collect those and return those back to AD 145 as well. And then if we can all go to the rooms and just grab the backup sign-up sheets, all the papers and things that the morning setup crew is going to drop off, and collect those back up and just bring those back to 8145. We can take the signs off the wall for the labeling for each session. And if you see anything in the room, obviously any trash or anything, if we could just tidy the rooms back up, and any other items that are outside, if we have any more signs that we need to collect, or just any general things we need to pick up throughout the campus that you see there that are related to all college day, if we can just collect those back up, and then we'll return those all back to 8145. And I think that's pretty much everything for the cleanup crew. Is there any questions pertaining to that? All right, well, that's pretty much it for everybody. We thank you for volunteering, and I'll send out all the appropriate information, just giving you another detailed list of everything that we discussed here today, the video of today's meeting. We'll give you the map again so you know where everything's located, and then I'll give you your volunteer assignments so again there's no confusion on what time you need to be there. I'll also include my cell phone number, so if there is any issues of where to meet, or if a room is locked or anything like that, please feel free to contact myself. And also I'll either that or I will be at the volunteer table or have someone at the volunteer table that can contact me. And thank you again for volunteering. And
We want to just really quickly talk about the vests because that is another new item. In the past, our volunteers wore special volunteer t-shirts. But what we did this year was we decided to try something new that we're hoping will be a little more cost effective in the long run. So we've purchased volunteer vests that are blue. They're our SPC blue with white lettering that says, "Can I help you?" So there's and you know what? I could have actually had that on my desktop to show you. I have the design of the vest. So basically, we want everyone who's participating in All College Day to be able to locate our volunteers very easily. So by checking out a vest and then wearing it throughout your volunteer period and then returning it back to the volunteer table at the college fair, that would be really, really helpful, we think, for the event and the success of the event. So again, that's something new we're trying this year. It's different than the t-shirts in the past, but the vests are reusable. So Dean will be checking out a vest to you and then checking your name off again when you return it so that we can make sure we keep our vest inventory very, very high. So thank you for being willing to volunteer. We really, really appreciate it. And, I know all of you have very beautiful smiles and are friendly people. So we just want, all of our participants and guest presenters and vendors to feel very, very welcomed like you do every year. So thank you. And Dean's still here in case there are any questions.
I did have a question, Anna.
Shoot.
This is Regina. Back when I first did, filled out the survey to work with the morning shift, I sent an email to Dean asking, because I wanted to be able to work more than just that one shift, and I didn't know if we were allowed to or anything. So I like to keep busy because sometimes there's some sessions I like to attend, but sometimes they're not. So is it possible for us to assist in other areas during the day?
Oh, definitely. We're gonna have volunteers that are gonna be doing the session scanning throughout the day. That's gonna be our biggest need.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna have our scanning. We're gonna have a person that's in place in each building that's gonna be checking and seeing if we need scanning. Certain rooms are empty and we need someone there. Okay. So if you want to come to me, I will be talking to that person, those people throughout the day, and we can help. You can help us with that. Also, if I can also have you help me out with the ribbon table, because we're going to have employees coming over, like I said, for the ribbons for their years of service, volunteering, alumni, and various other items, and you can help me pass those out to employees as they come by, because I'm going to be trying to man both areas, so that would be very helpful. And we always encourage, if you'd like to help out more, we are more than happy to have you.
Okay. That works. Thank
Oh,
you.
great. Thanks
can
for the
just-
offer, Regina. That's
You
awesome.
can definitely
No
just come find
problem.
me at the volunteer table, and we can
Go
definitely
from
use
there.
your help.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. So, and just to give you a quick update too before we hang up, the event brochure is in its final stages, and we're hoping to get that information out to all of SPC early next week. So we've had, like always, a lot of last minute changes, additional sessions that have been added to the schedule. So we're hoping that that's all going to be finalized and ready to go out to you beginning of the week. So please keep an eye out for that email. It'll have the event brochure with the sessions. You'll see all the great speakers that are going to be presenting that day. You'll see the map in that brochure, but it is electronic. So this will be like the third year in a row where the event brochure is exclusively electronic. So if you can kind of just help us get that word out when the email comes, colleagues that you work with, encouraging them to look at the brochure and to start planning their day. That would be really helpful also. All right, Dean, anything else for the good of the order?
That's it. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you at All College Day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.